Well, it's Saturday, August 7th. We're leaving the Buffalo, Wyoming KOA Journey, and we're on our way to the All Seasons RV Park in Rozet, Wyoming. One of the cool things about having a YouTube channel is you get to meet interesting people along the way, and it's even more fun when they know you and you don't know them. So Tom and Lisa, some subscribers of ours, stopped to say hello, and we really appreciate their support, and everybody else that watches and uses the Amazon link to help support the production of this channel. What you see there is I just drove across a little bridge, no problem, a little bit on the narrow side, and after this zig and this zag, I'm going to connect up in the front of the campground so that I don't cause any traffic issues in the rest of it. Get ready to come along and we'll see what adventures we have this week. Terrain really varies out west, and going from Cody, Wyoming to Buffalo, Wyoming was a lot of 6 and 7 and 8% grades, but this particular stretch was straight as an arrow and flat as a pancake, and you had to invent ways to keep busy. Here's a pro tip on one of the things that I do to keep sharp as a marble.
We'll test the horn.
Okay, maybe that's not your cup of tea, so you can always watch motorcycles and make sure you give them room. But then, sooner or later, the age-old I need diesel fuel pops up, and that'll keep you energized here. The folks in the Airstream to the left of us, I swear, went inside the office and did their Christmas shopping and took forever. We took $219 of fuel on. We stopped at a Pilot, which did not allow us to get the TSD logistics discount, but nonetheless the fuel card still works there. This station was the most convenient for us, and we ended up using it anyways.
All right, so we were in Site A, and it was pretty uneven. So the owner's mom, who's the camp host, I guess, came out. Woo! There we go. Came out and said, you know what, I'm going to move you over to C, which is much more level. And we are appreciative of that. All right, he's coming around the corner. Truly, it's only 2 rows with RVs in here. It's just a very small park. This looks more level. We'll see.
Woohoo! A little cool out.
For a change.
So we're at the All Seasons RV Park in Rozet, Wyoming. Yesterday it was about 97 degrees as we sat in here slaving away editing. And you'll notice that we've got 2 wraps here because we're not sure how cool it's going to be. We're going to go to another awesome, I believe it's a coal mine, the Butte coal mine in Gillette. But I want to show you something here. So last night when we were in bed, it got so windy that this slide and this one right here, we had to put them both in because the wind was shaking our upper covers so bad I didn't want to ruin the leather or the canvas on them just by all of that movement. But beautiful day, they're back out, we're back in business. Let's go check the coal mine out, honey, and see if they're still making coal. All right?
I think they are.
Ooh, I gotta go turn the water off. Hey, good looking. How'd you like to go on a date to the Butte coal mine?
Oh my God, I'm in. I'm in. Oh yeah, lock me out.
After only a minute or two in the car, we started to see lots of coal cars all loaded up from the mine, and we were all excited about that. But what you're going to see coming up here next is just rows and rows of locomotives. In fact, we stopped counting at 400 locomotives. We asked about this when we were at the mine, and apparently they're all mothballed and idled because of the mine business being so diminished now because of the switch to renewable energies. What you're seeing is, before your very eyes, an industry like the buggy whip companies that had to learn how to transform into making iPhones, otherwise they wouldn't survive anymore. We wish Gillette luck in transferring their abilities, their industries, and their other businesses in town to something prosperous in the future.
All right, before we go to the coal mine, we need to go to the visitor center and pick up our passes.
In June of 2019, Sue and I visited the Bingham coal mine in Salt Lake City, Utah area, and it was one of the world's largest surface mine excavations, and it was very impressive with a lot of giant equipment crawling around in the background. But you did not get up close and personal like you did at this mine. Now what you see in the background is the storage facility and the mechanism to bring the chopped up coal up to that storage area. In the foreground here, you see that garage area where these trucks will repetitively all day long come back and dump their load into that garage. That garage actually has a grating that has a bunch of chopping equipment underneath to pulverize this all to the correct size so that it can be loaded efficiently into each of the coal train cars on the train. So I had mentioned how close and personal you get in this tour. I had never seen anything like this before, where we're actually able to be in the mine, parked right next to the locomotive, as it is in fact being loaded with that appendage that comes down and has the shape of a loaf of bread on it. It's all computerized, controlled to put the exact amount of coal in each of the cars and shape that top surface so that it stays put the best during transport.
So this is our photo op to get a picture with the big scooper and tire in the background.
So ESCO, this is the company name I remember when I worked on buckets like this. And you look at all of this intricate welding that's been done on the side. This is all done by hand, and this crisscrossing and these buttons that are welded on, that's simply so that when the dirt is rubbing over this structure, it doesn't prematurely wear it away and turn it into a pile of junk way faster than it needs to be. I mean, anybody that knows anything about welding knows how hard weld metal is, but yet it's as smooth as a baby right there. Doesn't start out that way. So believe it or not, these thick plates that are right here, look at how much extra thickness that is. It's got to be 3 inches, and all of the beads, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and then probably another 6 under it. Those are welded on just so that you can grind those away when you're pushing the chin of this big bucket down into the ground, and so that it doesn't end up being paper thin after the first 3 months you're using it. Wonder if he's got it floored.
Downhill floored.
Yeah.
Go pass up the water truck.
Haul trucks have the right of way.
Oh, and he pulls
Yeah.
out of the way. Ah, well, that makes sense.
Well, when you're in a mine with a car, you get kicked out real quick if you don't know the rules about who's king and who's not. Hey, Sue, I was wondering if you have a pocket knife on you.
Oh, Mark, don't do it.
Well, come on.
No.
All these people, they got their names in there, and
No.
I thought we could put OJiM in there. No?
That's a good idea.
Yeah, get some advertising.
Advertise.
Oh, you know what we need? We need some stickers.
Oh, and we'll put our stickers around.
Yeah.
Watch your step.
Yeah, we don't have any.
You didn't make a logo yet.
Oh, okay. Where are you going next, Sue?
Oh my God, we're going to a car museum. What's it called? What's it called?
The Frontier.
Frontier Car Museum. Actually, it looks very cool, very artsy on the outside.
Eclectic.
Eclectic.
Right now, we're fueling up at the Pizza Corello. Now back to the art portion of the show.
Oh God. Where you going, Mark?
I'm a little worried here.
Why?
Well, because we're parking here, because it does say that it's parking for the Frontier Relic. But our tow vehicle is a little bit on the old side, and I'm afraid people are going to think it's part of the display, and then they'll be climbing around on it, and, you know, maybe steal some parts from it.
Mark. Come on.
Oh, thanks, Sue.
Like you knew that.
Thanks, Sue. Well, it said open.
He still didn't get it
said
right.
open.
Mark's having a problem with entrances. Like, oh my God, look at that. It says entrance. Excellent.
That said open.
It says entrance.
This is a little instance where you see how careful we have to be. There was some music playing when we walked in, and after I had edited this, the Shazam program picked it up, so we had to take it out, and I just stuffed in this music you hear here, which was not as good as what was playing. But the key factor here is you see that the old Chan man, he's still having some trouble figuring out how to get into this museum. Oh boy.
You still had a problem with your entrance. Oh my God, Mark. Woo-wee.
Wow.
Wow, this place is really well maintained too. Look at that.
Visible measure.
All right, we're just getting started, and he's saying, "Wow."
Wow. God. Look at how dangerous this was for the average public.
Yeah.
You know, you look at that gas tax, 17 and 8/10 cents. You are looking at somebody that pumped gas for $24.09. I worked at a gas station from about 1966-ish on, and I pumped $24.09 gas during a gas war.
Did you use that kind of pump though?
No.
Yeah,
No.
How old are you?
You know, I don't know how many guys out there that are watching this can remember sitting on these when you were getting your hair cut, and this was like a humiliating experience. You couldn't wait until you were sitting in the big boy seat.
This place is so clean. Look at all the sparkle and shine.
To be able to get this close to something, this is the kind of museum Sue and I like. You know, there's the museums where you can't do anything, you know, like my mom's living room. And then there's ones like this that you can actually get up close and personal. Okay, so if this was back in the day, my pro tip to you would be, if you're looking at this and you're thinking about getting a quarter pounder or a quarter pounder with cheese, and you got to pay 20 cents more for it, let's say you're going to get 2 of them, you know, you're kind of a healthy eater, I'd say, buddy, no. Save the 20 cents per burger, that's 40 cents. Get yourself a small cone, you're good to go.
Oh my God. I'm in.
Yep.
Ice cream. Mark, where are you? Mark. Mark, where are you? Once again, being in the museum, I feel like we are old because we're recognizing things. Mark used to work in a gas station in his high school days and early college. And this is what he literally used.
So, when I was in high school, I worked at a gas station called Bill Maynard's Standard U-Haul Service. And Bill was a great boss to work for. He taught me a lot of good habits and he taught me a lot of bad habits. But he liked me and he trusted me, and he actually sent me to Sun Diagnostic School, which was kind of comical because the mechanic that we had that worked at our gas station, he was as close as to Fonzie in real life as you could get. So he was, I mean, anybody that came to the gas station, they just wanted Fonzie to look at their car, much less work on it. So they're not going to have the Chan man work on it. But I did go to school to learn how to run all this stuff. And I think the only thing that I remember is I remember how to open this door. You turn that knob.
Good job. Well, at least you remember something.
Yeah.
All right. How many of you wish we still had this outdoor theater thing going on? Those were fun times.